Hi, everybody, and welcome back to Wildflower Movement. I am going to take you through one of my favorite stretching routines, how I like to either start my classes or sometimes end my classes. And this is what I naturally just do when my body needs to stretch. So let's get started. Standing at the back of your mat, inhale, reach your arms up. Exhaling to a side, really stretching that side body. Inhale, back to center, grabbing that opposite wrist, reach it up and over. Inhale, back to center, grabbing the other wrist, reach it up and over. Getting a little deeper this time. Up, other wrist, over. Give me one more to each side. Up, grab the wrist, pull that arm up and over. Center, grab, up and over. Last one. Inhale, reach those arms up. Exhale, bring it all the way down to the ground. All right, just hanging your head heavy here. You can bring those feet out a little wider, going side to side. Let that head hang heavy, using it as a weight. Obviously, slight bend in your knees so your hamstrings aren't getting too much wear and tear. Then hold it still, grabbing onto each elbow. Just bring it forward and backwards, stretching out that spine. Drop those hands to the ground. Take an inhale, lengthening your back. So you might even come up to your shins. Exhale, forward fold. Heel toe those feet a little slightly closer. Inhale, find that half lift. Long spine, pulling those hips back, reaching the crown of the head forward so you really get into those hamstrings. Exhale, forward fold. One more, inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Walk those hands out to a plank. So if you're pregnant like me, you can drop those knees down. Unless you're really engaging that core and hugging the baby, you can hold that plank for 3, 2, 1. Press it back to a downward dog, pedaling those feet out. Steady those feet or those heels. And then I want you to think about pressing your chest towards your thighs. So if you want to bend your thighs into your chest, press that chest back and then lengthen those legs out. Hold it here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Right leg lifts and open up that hip, gazing underneath that right armpit. Lengthen that leg long. Step to the outside of your right hand. Everyone loves this stretch. It's my favorite. Drop that back knee, let those toes rest, and let that knee fall out to the side. Now we have a few options here. So you can come to the ground if you would like. Oh, it feels so good, and just hang out here. Or stay here. You could come up, bring that right arm up and over, grabbing onto that foot. So I want that shoulder open, your hand is open, and the foot can go in it. Ooh, open up that chest. This would feel so good everywhere. Release that foot. Heel toe your top foot back to center and shift your hips back. All right, so if you need to, you can come literally all the way up and just reach forward with your chest. The goal is a nice long spine here, reaching forward with that chest. I don't want you arching to get down. I want you to reach forward with that chest, whatever that means for you. Play around with flexing and pointing the toe. Notice how that makes a difference. And then I want you to bring your hips into alignment. So your left hip might be back more. Try to drive that right hip back in alignment with the left. Your inhale lengthens you, and your exhale gets you deeper. If you have blocks or pillows or anything, those are great props to use to help you get a little deeper. All right, shift it forward, lifting up that back knee. Feel that nice stretch in the groin here. And then I want you to plant your left hand, reach that right hand up. Nice little twist. 3, 2, 1. Drop that back down. Find your plank. Send it back to down dog. Pedaling those feet out. Let's not go the other side. All right, stilling those heels. Lift that left leg up, opening up the hips. Gaze under that left armpit. Send it long. Left foot comes to the outside of that left hand, okay? Drop that back knee, release those toes. Let that left knee fall to the side. Sometimes I get some good back cracks in here. It just stretches everything I need to. It's called lizard. That's my favorite for sure. So again, if you want to get a little lower, feel free to hang out here. Or you can come up, opening up that chest with that palm open, grabbing the right foot. You should feel a nice stretch in the chest here. And then that back quad and your hip flexors and your groin, like everything. This is just amazing. For 3, 2, 1. Release that. Left hand comes forward. Heel toe that left foot in. And then shift those hips back, bringing that left hip in alignment with the right. Flexing or pointing that toes, lengthening that spine while reaching with the chest. Again, you can find movement in all these stretches, so you don't need to be static. I want you to breathe to lengthen, and when you exhale, see if you can get deeper. Play around with pointing and flexing that toe, bringing those hips back into alignment. You can find a deeper stretch by making little tiny movements. Shift that foot forward, lift that back knee up, plant the right hand, left comes to a nice twist, reaching up for 3, 2, 1. Drop that hand down. Find that plank to down dog. This is a common one. Right leg lifts up. Open up that hip. Send it long. Bring it through to a pigeon. Really getting into that glute. So I work on keeping my shin horizontal with the top of the mat. Okay? And then I bring that left hip down towards the mat and forward. So you can hold it here, or you can drop it if you would like. While you're in this posture, I want you to think about breathing deeply. So breathing through those ribs, east to west, fill them up. Exhale. Notice how nice it is to just fully breathe in some air and slowly release it. Think about your exhales getting you deeper into the pose, melting into everything. Give me one more deep breath. I'm almost done. Plant those hands. Find the down dog again, pedaling out those feet. Left leg lifts up. My necklace keeps going in my mouth. Open up that hip. Send it long. Your hamstring should feel a little more flexible now doing that. Pigeon on the opposite side. So again, I try to make that shin horizontal with the front of my mat. Each side will feel a little different. Oh, and then you can release it down. Trying to breathe again through those ribs, not up in the shoulders. Exhale to get you deeper, melt into your mat. Give me one more deep breath here. Bringing your hands back to center. Lifting that leg back. Find one more down dog. Pedaling those feet out, pressing the chest towards those thighs. And then I want you just to bring it forward, dropping those knees. Open the knees up nice and wide. Sit back for a child's pose. Reaching those fingertips forward, pulling those hips back. Think about this being like an active stretch. I don't just want you to hang out here. Activate those fingertips, pulling it forward, and think about someone pulling your hips back. You should even feel this in your upper back as a stretch. And take as long as you need here. Bring it forward. Bring those knees back together. And then there's actually two more things I like to end up doing. So just bringing those feet together in a butterfly. Sitting nice and tall. Letting those knees fall to the side. Getting into that groin if you need. There's honestly so many other things I like doing, and once I get in a rhythm, I'm like, oh, I want to do this, 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 and this. But we're just going to do a few more things. So send those legs out long. And what we're going to do is left arm is going to reach over to the right so that chest is still open. Reaching for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're going to bring it up, and then you're going to face the foot, leaning it over. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Walk those hands in front of you, coming to face your left foot. 3, 2, 1. Open up that chest, send that arm long underneath if you would like. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reach it back up. And last thing, I just want you to send your legs out in front of you. I like to teach this one because I want to teach people how to do it properly. So it's really just like a nice hamstring stretch, but it's the same thing with that hamstring stretch we did earlier. I don't want you to arch your back. I want you to lift up. Exhale, reach forward with your chest. So if you have a band that you want to use to help pull yourself down a little bit more, you can use that, but really try not to arch the back. Lean forward with your chest, flex those feet. Feel that nice stretch in the hamstrings. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to get lower. For 3, 2. Last one. Bring it up. And release. So yeah, that is like kind of my little stretching routine I like to do, and that's just what my body naturally wants to do. And so you can always find your own thing that works for you, but these are things that make my body feel so much better before and or after a workout. Thanks for joining. Bye.